All right, here we are back midweek. We don't know what this is, but we're going to start doing a little midweek things. Just a short little plug for what's coming. Talk about some things we're seeing.
Hump day. Wait, it's not hump day. Thursday. Wait, is this going to be airing on Friday?
It's
I
we
guess.
don't know, so bear with us. But we're having so much fun doing this. We've been talking, and so what we're going to do is talk about who's coming up next week. We got a couple really incredible guests that we've talked to this week, and it was a blast. So coming out Monday, we got Holly Woo cards. That's Holly Woo, no D, Holly Woo cards. That's Jason. He's working at Mamba Sports Cards right now. And man, that guy had infectious energy. He was
Yeah.
just a super cool guy.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree. It was really cool learning about some Disney cards too. That's the first experience I've kind of had with them, seen them, but like
Yeah.
definitely, a take from someone that opens that and the uniqueness with what he does on TikTok. So definitely
Yep.
tune in for that one, and then
And he's
your
hiring.
real.
He's hiring.
Oh
So don't
yeah.
forget that.
Well,
So
no,
when
hush, hush, hush. You got to listen to the episode to
we
get
got to
more
tease it.
details.
So in the show notes, when we launch on
Yeah.
Monday, Jason is hiring. So he's looking for a little help out
Yeah.
there. The other thing about him is the way he got started, in the hobby, which was a super cool story. He's a writer in Hollywood, and obviously COVID impacted him. But anyway, tune in. Jason's a super cool guy, and
Yep.
they're doing really cool stuff. And then we got some other stuff to talk about, RJ.
Dad's cards.
Dad's
And then,
cards.
yep, we already have Dad's cards all ready and queued up, ready to go. And
Yep, couple
uh,
weeks.
that was also really interesting. It's always really cool being part of someone's life for a little bit of time, right? It's almost like collecting cards in of itself, right? You
Yeah.
get that moment in time with that piece of whatever's going on in their life, and just his setup on the road and what he's doing
Yes.
too, like what he brings with him and what he does. It's
That
pretty
guy's
awesome.
fully committed to the hobby. You can tell he is just genuinely in love with the hobby.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
much so that he's traveling quite a bit for work, and he takes his passion with him. Just a super neat guy.
Yep.
I mean, authentic to the core. Genuine guy, and I look forward to one day grabbing a beer with him because awesome guy, really, really
Yep.
sincere guy. And then what else, man? We got
Well, now transition, right? Now you
transition here
can
because
breathe. Yeah, dude.
yeah. Well, now I gotta transition back to Jay. What was it? Our episode that was this past Monday, which is what, June 2nd, I think it was. We released. It was just RJ and I. And I was getting all excited. We're doing everything we can to grow the show because we love doing this. It's my favorite thing that I do right now, even beyond collecting. But got all excited about an idea I had about giving away a gift, a prize, a card, whatever, we don't know yet, to the 100th subscriber to our YouTube channel. I got so excited. I'm like, yeah, 100. And then I forgot what we all do. We're in the same hobby, right? So we all kind of circle like vultures around the card, and we launch at that last second. What do they call it? Sniping.
Yeah. I'm going to win it. I'm going to unsubscribe and resubscribe.
Right. To get
Just
to
to be the
100th.
100th.
Right. And so huge appreciation to AJ Schreiber, who was watching the episode, and he sent me a note and made me realize, yeah, that was a really bad idea.
Learn from our mistakes,
We
Matt.
do.
Don't
And
worry.
you know what? We love it because he reached out, sent us a kind note, and was like, hey, you guys might want to do this. And he's absolutely right. So thanks, AJ. Really appreciate it. So we are revising what I said. What we're going to do is kind of like what you do when you get in a break. We're still sorting out the details. We have a little way to go, unless you guys all jump in and subscribe, and then I got to hurry up about it, which I hope is the case. But we're going to do sort of like a wheel spin, or not maybe a wheel spin, but a randomizer. We're going to put all 100 subscribers in, and we're going to have a show, and we're going to do it, and we're going to pick maybe a winner, and then maybe we'll have a couple other winners just to show our appreciation.
Couple chasers.
Couple chasers, we don't know, but everybody that subscribes is going to have a chance, except for family, because I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to lie. A lot of our first subscribers were our family giving us love, right? So you're out, guys. You're out.
I've got 48 accounts. So when you look at those subscriber numbers, it's
RJ's going to be like, hey, yeah, shout out to you. And then he's going to be like, I got it. Anyway,
yeah.
So we're going to revise it a little, and then of course we're going to announce what it is we're going to be raffling off or whatever it is we're giving out. But again, just appreciation. We want to grow this thing. We're having a blast doing it. The people we've met have been exciting and amazing. So that's what we're going to do. So stand by. And again, thanks AJ for making me realize that idea wouldn't work. So we'll be doing that. So got that corrected. You'll hear more about that. So appreciate you tuning in and checking that out. what else was it, RJ? You had some pretty interesting topical stuff about the hobby, and some
Topical, yes.
topical grading stuff. We talk about that a lot. So go ahead.
Yeah, we do talk about grading quite a bit. So we have the Front Row Card Shows coming up here at the end of this month, I believe, like June 28th, 29th, here in Phoenix area. So I was perusing and I got targeted an ad, and they're going through all their, grading people that are going to be there. And they usually have SGC there. And someone actually asked in the comments, where's SGC? And they actually responded. Front Row responded, SGC canceled every show in the country up until the national. They're too far behind on submissions. They'll be back with us later this year. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they're already at that 15 to 20 business day marker. We have some submissions in with them. I love SGC with their value and their turnaround and the black tuxedo. It's an amazing experience. We have a card set that's actually at about 13 business days right now. So we're almost at that cusp of that 15 to 20 days. So it'll be interesting to see if it's going to peak over that. But then just talking to Matt about this, we ended up coming across something that actually just came out here yesterday on June 4th. If you can see from Sports Illustrated, it actually came out. Matt Schilling wrote this. PSA and CGC lead record-breaking, grading report for May. PSA did 1.65 million cards, 6% month over month, 21% for the year, which is crazy. The amount of volume they do. So as much as I drag them, all in fun sometimes, looking at the 70-day business turn time on even like the value side, right? Like the amount of that they're grading, I can understand why.
Yeah.
Right. And then
it's a big mountain there.
Yeah, exactly. At 570 submissions are graded, 67% and 209% increase. That's huge. Matt and I were talking, that's probably a good bump with, Pokemon. Yeah. So that's a pretty interesting factor. And then SGC at 145,000 at negative 13% month over month and negative 70% year over year.
That is shocking.
This kind of coincides a little bit with, me seeing that on the post for Front Row coming up. And, at the same time, just kind of being a little, not concerned, but just kind of like, hey, got to keep an eye on it now, right? So now I have to figure out like where submissions go. Cause we usually break up, we'll send stuff to SGC to kind of offset that turn time for PSA, just to keep stuff flowing and influxing into the business, right? And that's just stuff that if you're flipping cards or if you're, if you're collecting, you don't mind the turn time, right? But if you're trying to, run a whatnot business or fanatics or whatever it might be, right? And you need a little graded extra value for your show. Those are just some things to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah, that was shocking. And I think we do, as you mentioned, we give everybody a hard time. We're always screaming, do better, so-and-so, do better. It's just, we're having fun with it.
We're just two guys sitting in our offices going, do better.
Do better. Right. I'm sure somebody's yelling, do better to me too, right? But I love the way the SGC looks, but I'm also not, my collection's pretty specific. In fact, it's probably the most narrow, specific thing.
I mean, what's hilarious though?
Yeah.
My own personal collection, I don't want a graded card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you like the raw.
I like the raw card because then, especially if it's an auto or a relic or something like that, right? Like it's something that that interaction that someone's had with it, and I can take it out and I can actually still feel the card. So I think it's kind of funny on my end that we run shows and we do stuff like this. And I'm going to tell you about it. I have a couple graded cards, but I think Matt showed my PSA 10. Aaron Judge, auto the other day. So there's some of those things where like I will take that one step further to get a couple things graded, but right now a lot of my stuff is just in a box and it's sleeved and
take it out when you want it.
And
like your one of one Aaron Judge, it's not graded, right?
It's not graded. I probably will never grade that thing. So
I think I ask you quite frequently, is it for sale? I'm not going to ask you because it was just a few days ago that you said no. So we'll let it simmer, even though they had a little
ask
run.
Me again in 20 years.
Right. So that's pretty fascinating. It will be interesting to see what happens with SGC. But again, I like their slabs are just.
We're rooting for you, SGC.
Come on now.
Maybe.
Do better, SGC. No. Whatever that looks like, do better. All right. And then for me, one of the things that I, want to start doing, because, we can't have everybody on. We would love to. And I guess we could, but it would make a pretty busy schedule. But I'm always looking for guests. I spend a majority of my days, earmuffs, the person I work for, looking for guests, looking for those guys we want to talk to, guys, gals, whoever, want to get them on the show. And I came across a guy that is, I'm a 52-year-old dude. The junk wax era is when my sweet spot as a kid, right? So those are the guys I'm watching on TV, but those cards are kind of worthless. However, I found this guy, he's the collecting format on TikTok, and I reached out to him. He's doesn't know me from Adam, but I'm giving him a shout out because what he's doing and his idea is brilliant. And I binge watched this guy the other night because he goes, well, let me just kind of
tell me more. Share with me. I shared my screen with you. You share your screen with me.
Let's do this. Super cool. You can see him right here. Scroll up top. The collecting format, and that's format with PH. If you're listening on Spotify, so, like fat format. But anyway, what he does is it's just brilliant, right? He's got all these vintage. I'm just going to pick one. We're going to hover over it like this cat here, right? Goes into the box, pulls out a card. Now there's music playing. And then it shows some highlights here of the guy. I mean, to me, this is, they talk about baseball is romantic. What this guy's doing, man, is brilliant. So huge shout out to the collecting format. I just absolutely love what this guy's doing.
Yeah, it's a really awesome concept. It's, you're right. It brings around everything. And I like the randomness factor, right? Yep. He's got that box. He's just going to pull out something and be like, hey, let's learn something new about someone today that you might not know anything about. So it's awesome.
Yeah. When I was watching this the other day, he pulled out Dan Ugla and with Miami.
We won with the Florida Marlins.
Right. And the guy was hitting bombs into the upper deck where they didn't even have seats. They had those tarps in Miami. Ugla's just putting them up there, and you forgot about that, right? It's just Dan Ugla, right? But back in the day, Dan Ugla
was Dan Ugla.
he was the beast, right?
He's got at least one more World Series ring than I do. So,
well, what I'm saying is just Dan Ugla's. I mean, I could probably walk out my garage and I could probably get 80 Dan Uglas that are worth $1, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but then you're thinking about it. It was just a cool concept. So, Behind the Breaks wanted to give that guy a shout out, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna find stuff and just kind of recognize some of that because I enjoyed it. I'm not kidding, RJ. I sat there and I binge watched this guy. I'm like, this is incredible. I actually sent him a note and said, this is a brilliant idea. And he's reached out and I appreciate it, man. So anyway, cool guy. Check him out. But that's what's going on in our world with Behind the Breaks, having a lot of fun, and appreciate you guys jumping on again. Monday, we drop Hollywood Cards. Jason from Hollywood Cards will be on, now working at Mamba Sports, doing amazing things, and really cool guy. So hope you guys check it out and give us a subscribe, and you'll be in the 100, whatever that's going to be. 100 subscriber.
Wheel of 100 or something.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you all. Thanks for listening to Behind the Breaks. We appreciate you being here with us and helping us grow this community. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube.
Make sure to like, follow, or subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.